IMPD presenting its first stewardship report. It was an opportunity to address a violent past and how we can make it better in the future. 24-hour News 8's Elizabeth Choi joining us now. And Elizabeth, this was a pretty involved event, I understand.
Yeah, it really was, Phil. It was a presentation, one that lasted an hour and a half. It was led by IMPD Chief Brian Roach. He wanted to address several issues, like what contributed to the record-breaking number of homicides last year, various ways of fixing it, and one big change: IMPD will be bringing beats back in about a month. But that's not the only change.
First, they focus on last year's achievements. Some examples: dismantling the alleged Grundy gang. Its leader, Richard Grundy, who police referred to as a murderous gang leader, now faces federal charges. Reducing pharmacy robberies by nearly 40%, and police reform.
Back in July, we had an unfortunate incident with the shooting of officer-involved shooting of Aaron Bailey.
Bailey led police on a chase prior to being killed. He was unarmed. 2 IMPD officers were not charged in Bailey's death, but the chief did recommend their termination. Since then, IMPD has reformed its use of force policy, added required bias training, and created a diversity office.
It's a significant jump where you go from 100 homicides all of a sudden to 125.
It didn't take long before the conversation shifted to violence. Last year saw a record number of murders at 154, but the downward spiral began much sooner, back in 2012.
We as a police department need to think about what happened. Is there anything that we did?
One possible explanation: officers shifting from patrolling 103 beats to just 39 zones after staffing issues. Currently, the department is testing 19 beats.
You become an assembly line of I'm quick to arrive on my runs, I'm quick to handle my run, but I don't really develop as much of a problem solver attitude and beat mentality.
The meeting concluded with moving forward. How will IMPD do that in 2018? Some ways: bringing beats back 80 by March 1st, adding more officers to the streets, and regular stewardship reports.
Because we've certainly proven that we can't do it by ourselves.
Now, another important piece: community involvement. The more you know about what's happening in your neighborhood, the better you can help with police to make it safer. IMPD plans on having monthly stewardship report presentations. Next month, we'll focus on gun initiatives. In the studio, Elizabeth Choi, 24-hour News 8.